Alright, let's make sure everything's working. Hi, kitty. Yes, you're in the way. Yes, you did that to yourself. Alright, am I streaming or not? I should be. Okay, something's happening. There we go. Alright. Yes, you're in the way. Thank you, kitty. Kitty's like, no, just miss that pie. Okay. So I was going somewhere. I was going to the kobolds, I believe.
Zoga is so strong. Zoga is so smart. I think not. No. Zoga is neither strong nor smart. Tools make the kobold, and Zoga is simply rich enough to afford the best wealthy, well-heeled, rich. This is all Zoga is. All he is and nothing more. To wit, Zoga supplies his alchemists and alkalies with saltpeter so pristine you can see right through to the other side. Why, if our Bago had access to the same, I shudder to think of the destruction he could wreak. Chaos, damage, destruction. Which gives Babu a great idea. Yes, a notion. We will borrow, yes, steal, pilfer, borrow the finest shards of saltpeter from Zoga's workshop of horrors. Bring it to Bago as a present from you and me. Much lauded and appreciated we shall be. Stupid Bazoo. Brainless, witless, stupid bozo. That plate was my prized possession. Yes, my treasure. This thing we did not eat well. No. We are near to starving. But some of us hold out hope that better days still await us. It is for the feasts to come, and come they will, that I fashioned that plate from a goblin shell, crafted, shaped, fashioned with care. And what does Bozu do? He swallows my whole. I work whole, and gulps and yes, swallows. I care not how hungry you are. No, not at all. Surely you can tell the difference between food and food vessel. You will make boomdas, yes? Scare goblins from the shadows, cut shells from their backs. I must give Bozu a good talking to, a pummeling, a beating, a talking to. You must listen, yes. Our dig is in grave peril, danger, risk, peril. Zoga? Oh, no. Our alkalites' fury we do face. And Bagu's rage seethes, simmers, smothers, seethes. Threatens to raise us all. What angers Bagu so? Oh, I do not know. No, into the flames of danger I dare not go. But you, yes, you may face the fires and emerge unscathed, intact, unharmed, unscathed.
Cool story, bro. Alright, so to Bard.
Bogu's bad knee is hurting so, aching, throbbing, hurting. Bogu cannot go hither and thither tonight. No inclination have I to move an elm. No, this causes a problem we must solve, yes. 789th Order Acolyte Bagu promised to help. I want to do a service for him. The adventurer will let Bagu and Bogu down. No, the adventurer would not. Bogu's the poor elbow, the gout. What? The adventurers unkind on knees or elbows to the children of Titan. A good job you must do for the acolyte now, to make up for questioning my honesty, impropriety, menacity, honesty. Adventurer, we are in trouble. Yes, trouble. A pickle, a mess, trouble. Inspectors from the 271st Order are coming to see whether all is well with this dig. Pointless it is to turn diligent now, yes. But the adventurer can distract the inspectors, make them too busy being dead to pry into our business. Bogu had been thinking about the breaks in the lunches, plotting, scheming, thinking this bang toss of Bogu's own making. The adventurer will toss as the skulking inspectors pass near, sniffing, prying, skulking. As the toss comes to the bang, yes, as the inspectors will come running. The running inspectors will come. Then confusion, havoc, tumult, confusion. A quick slice and dice and no more inspection. The idiot is making trouble again. Yes, making cobalt for Zoga. More cobalt means more golems. Golems will crush our dig. Crush Bogu's handiwork. What is all this? No. The worst is yet to come. The 88 makes mighty bellowing furnaces for Zoga. No one make any power at his disposal. Zoga become a tyrant, a despot, a dictator, a tyrant of tunnels. But Bogu has a plan, an idea, a notion, a plan. A plan to dismantle the furnace and shift the blame, transcend, redirect, shift. Zoga loses his furnace, and his former friends in the 88 suffer this fury. Kill 2 kobolds with 1 stone. But I am but a simple craftsman, and my tools are not up to the task. No. We, and by we, I mean you, must seek the aid of Bogu. Zoga has true to his word. He is halved, yes, cut in two. The 789's ration allotment as punishment for his low yield. I am starving, ravenous, famished, starving. What? Oh, what is 100 kobold to do? Work harder, you say? Oh, that sounds very tiring. Grueling, taxing, tiring. I have a better plan. Yes, a better plan. I have. Scraps of ore near Iron Lake, I saw. It's too tired to pick them up, but you. No, not you. You can gather them and take them to Camp Overlook. Yes. Tell the officer that you stole them from the mighty kobolds. Naughty kobolds. As a reward, you'll get tasty food you can bring to Bozu. Then we feast. Gobble, gorge, feast. The fairness and injustice, iniquity, unfairness of it all. With the 789 goes famished, starving, hungry, famished. Zoga and his cronies feast on lunchbox, packed with tasty treats. That single one could feed an entire dig for a week. Should Zoga and his hardworking cronies get all the rewards? No, 100 times no. Yes, our tummies are rumbling, grumbling, mumbling, bumbling, rumbling as much as theirs. Why, I have a notion, a thought, a mind, a notion, to walk right over to Iron Lake and snatch one of the 3 for myself. While working is hard work. Yes, and your legs are much longer than mine.
And now I'm ready. Plural yay is correct. Not just one yay, but yays.
Make me submit or die by your excellence!
Interesting.
Cherry, oh my goodness, cherry toothpaste.
What about it?
If I must forsake myself to keep mine oath, then so be it.
And cherry toothpaste was the one to he ran a different.
Ah. So you know this person?
Well, from the video.
Oh, cool.
Beg not for mercy.
Oh, well, I've learned an important lesson. Get close to him. And that time, getting close to him was the wrong move. I've managed to be wrong both times.
It's okay. That's a laughter.
No. Just kidding.
Kitty says, I need y'all.
He's like, I don't know if you noticed, but like all that food you gave me, I threw it up. And now I have no food.
Tremble before Impudent mortals! Grant me the strength to smite mine enemies!
Yep.
Stubborn fools! This is far from over!
So opposite to
Uh-huh.
Flesh of my flesh! Show them their folly! None can match my might!
Indeed. We got knocked into that one. So basically, it knocked us into the guy punching. So we all died. I mean, these guys might be able to pull it off.
Yeah.
They do have a DPS who could pull off the LB.
You know how to run. No! I will not lose. I cannot.
Yeah, someone else is saying nobody's recapping it. Yay! The tech person is doing it.
Ah, so close. Ah.
But that they are high in health.
Uh-huh.
Flesh of my flesh! Show them their folly!
Okay, at least I have them.
Uh-huh.
Flesh of my flesh! Show them their folly!
I did not mean to skip that. Oh well, whatever.
Yeah, there's enough high mark to make it. Yay!
Ow.
Now you can finish.
Yay.
You can finish this. Yeah.
You are every bit Tenzin's successor, warrior, for you are but the second child of man to have bested me in battle. Ah yes, it all started in a day, much like today. Dark. Once I would never have thought it possible, when I was no more than a mere serpent, blessed with the good fortune to be born on an island where the people held us in the highest. To them, I was a kami, and I was foolish enough to share in their belief. But when I lived a few centuries, and first began to manifest true powers, my worshippers came to view me in a different light. When they were visited by calamity, they mistook me as the cause, and so in place of traditional offerings, they brought me the flesh of their flesh. Though I had no hand in it, their fortunes improved. To them the answer was clear. Only greater sacrifice would satisfy the guardian serpent. Little did they know I had spared the maiden and spirited her away to another land in secret, as I would the others that would follow. Nevertheless, the belief lingered, and soon the guardian serpent came to be regarded as a malevolent demon, and my worshippers became my decriers. They tempted sellswords with Coben to come and slay me, the poor fools. So began my days as a hunted kami. I dispatched them every time, though I took little joy in it. And then one day, a man unlike all the others appeared before me, a samurai, in the company of beasts. Tenzin and I fought. He won, The fallen kami had at last been bested by a fortune-seeking hunter. I could not help but chuckle as I closed my eyes and awaited the inevitable blow.
Join me. Let us begin anew.
Saying this, he extended his hand to me. All that I was, all that I had ever been, was no more. I had nothing, yet not only did he see fit to spare me, he offered me a new home. And even a fallen kami has his pride, and I could not readily accept such kindness, even if I yearned for it. Seeing this, Tenzin laughed.
Then earning it by growing stronger and in turn using that strength to help others, as you have been helped. Become more than you are, and more than me.
Thus did I vow to devote myself to becoming an auspice worthy of man's worship and admiration. To become a magnificent demon that would safeguard his chosen.
He is a magnificent dragon.
You mean snake?
He said magnificent dragon.
Bah, whatever. Strange, my recollection now is not as it was before. Details once indistinct are now vivid and clear. Perhaps the Amatama clouded my judgment. Thank you, Pieter. Had you not helped me remember my vow, I might have lost a chance to honor Tenzin's memory further.
I'm glad I could help.
Wait, where's Genbu? Has he returned to the temple without us? This bodes ill.
Indeed.
Some of those dragons I saw in Heavensward looked like snakes that had wings and legs.
Mm-hmm. Eastern dragons look like that. Western dragons are chunky boys.
Yeah.
If Zenbu left without us, then it can only mean that Koryu's return is imminent. Come, we must rejoin the others at Ryzen Temple.
You are so sweet, kitty.
He's like, that's because I want something from you. Something that rhymes with sood.
Oh, we sniff in the air.
You think I love you?
Yeah. Aww.
Oh, yes.
I love you, says Kitty. Headed to that temple or just taking in a wonderful smoky air?
Clearly, I need to do it. Every single time.
Yep. You just want to go into the temple.
Yep.
What's up, Gimbal? You are as
ever a welcome sight, Pieter. And you, Siryu.
Forgive me, Benbu, I have been a fool. Wait, your name is Genbu, isn't it? Oh, sorry for calling you Benbu.
As we all have many times before, and doubtless will be again.
Nevertheless, forgive me.
The words are at their limit. You gotta come, right away. Then it is well that Siryu has returned to the fold, for now we four lords may bring our united powers to bear against our foe. Your part in this is finished, my friends. Now you must go. Should we fail in this finer endeavor, then the temple near the hold of the Ruby Sea may be consumed by Koryu's wrathful fires.
Don't be stupid. We came through this to the end, and we'll do just that. That's the Cyan way, right, Peter?
Yeah, you can go ahead and do it. You'll take care of it, Tataru. I'm going to hang out over there. If that is your will, then so be it. Join us then, and stand as witness to our deeds this day, which will determine the fate of all that we hold dear.
Let's get it.
Hold nothing in reserve. Summon all of your strength. Only men. Only then can we hope to triumph over our mad brother. Release the Quacken.
It worked. I can feel it. The wards are mended and strengthened. And by that I mean destroyed. No, even now, after everything we've endured, everything we've made us stronger, how can we fail?
All shall burn.
Again, Boo? Again, Boo?
It will be impossible for the three of us alone to bind him, but if we can hold him at bay for a while, flee this place.
Well, maybe you can't bind him, but together we can defeat him.
Fool. Hero you may be, but Koryu is an opponent none can defeat.
Oh, I've beaten several people like that.
You killed me once before, samurai. I will kill you again.
Well, quit dragging your feet and let's get on to it.
I wonder if
Could you put this over there for me? Thank you, love. Tenzin.
Yeah, let's get this.
Brother, sister, now's our chance to restore the wards.
Now, even in his weakened state, without Genbu, we do not stand a chance.
Soroban, come away from there before you get hurt.
If I do not act, then our lives are forfeit anyway. Ours and everyone else in the Ruby Sea.
What is he doing? This is the ritual he performed incorrectly before, when he summoned a great tortoise kami into his body. I see it now. He now offers himself to Genbu. I can feel his presence returning, and if Soroban does this, then his own soul will be...
I'd rather not you say it aloud. Otherwise, I might have some second thoughts. Believe me, I know the consequences, and I accept them. Farewell, my friends. Please look after Tamamizu.
Soroban.
We're not, Soroban. We will not let it be for nothing. Burn, burn, all shall burn. Perhaps one day, many thousands of years from now, but not this day. Be gone.
Yes, you are a sweetie kitty. So many purrs. Oh yes, all the purrs.
Koyo shall not threaten us for many millennia yet. Let us rejoice in this hard-won victory, nearly lost were it not for the courage and strength of you, Pieter.
But Soroban.
Tragic though his sacrifice was, it was not in vain. Let us not mourn his death, but honor his memory. Death, memory. What in the world are you on about? Soroban yet lives.
Let me guess. In our hearts or some such? Honestly, if you're going to try and comfort us, you could at least do better than offer trite cliches.
I'm simply making a statement of fact, but I see words alone will not serve to communicate my point. Oh, but I should be Oh?
I do not understand. The ritual code you performed, when one summons the soul of an immensely powerful entity into one's own body, it is understood, nay expected, that the summoner's soul is extinguished in the process.
That is true. When the summoned entity's soul is of surpassing strength relative to one's own. Soroban's, however, has grown remarkably robust, owing to his intense training and his prolonged exposure to the magics of the Tamebako of geomancy. His soul now eclipses mine in spiritual potency, which is why it holds fast to this vessel. And so, when the enchantment fades ere long, mine will depart and fade as before.
And just when we were getting used to having you around again.
Koryu's aim was true, as you saw. And in my final moments, Koryu's aim was true, as you saw, and in my final moments I was filled with regrets. But no longer. With my remaining time, I'll attend to my affairs and train dear Soroban to succeed me as the next Genbu. I'm using the wrong voice, but it's fine. Wait, me, the next Genbu?
The four lords ever are needed. You are both strength of will and character to succeed our elder brother. Would you not agree? I think he has more than proved himself that he stood his ground against Koryu. Still, it should be a unanimous decision. Byakko?
As you say, he's faced certain death without hesitation and embraced sacrifice for the sake of others. I should be glad to welcome him to our fellowship. If that is how you all feel, then I certainly am no position to refuse. I'll do my best to live up to your expectations.
I'm giving him and they'll take a mom, I swear.
Ha 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 ha. Kitty is holding on for dear life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's okay, because...
Then mostly robe.
Yeah.
I do not
robe
think...
and thick sweatpants.
Cool. Do not think I've forgotten our bargain, little urchin. Great feats demand consummate rewards, and we are auspices of our word.
It's about time. Do you hear that, Peter? It's treasure time.
While we see to the preparations, perhaps you could spare a moment for my dearest comrades. With our troubles at an end, we may be parting ways soon, and so this might be the last opportunity you have to speak with them for quite some time.
Yeah, sure, why not? Whatever gets us to the end of the mission.
With Koryu imprisoned once more, my comrades and I are free to watch over these lands as before, is our duty. And when the wards falter once more, we shall again gather our strength and beat back our mad brother's assault, together with Norosaruban, a worthy successor to the fallen Genbu. For now, however, you may enjoy a welcome respite, or we shall. A peace we owe as much to you as anyone else, I should think. I see mental battles ahead of you, for like Tenzin, you are not one to rest on your laurels. This much is plain. I wish you good fortune in the wars to come. Ah, but I ramble. Do not deny it. When one has lived as long as I, it is all too easy to lose track of time. Go. Should ever you crave the company of we curious beasts, you'll find us here.
Worry not for Soroban. We will guide him in his journey and help him to reach his true potential, as Tenzin once guided us. I had long since given up on ever seeing him again, and then he was there, shining paragon of strength and virtue, a memory made manifest. But if he had been more than that, I would have told him his body I once cursed I've chosen to cherish. This body I once cursed I've chosen to cherish. This I owe to him, and his love. I think he already knows. Oh, well, And that would be wonderful if true. For all of his virtues, he could be remarkably oblivious at times. But though he taught me to love and accept myself, it was you who helped me to remember, who helped me to smile again. For that, Pieter, you will always hold a special place in my heart. Please come and visit us in the future.
At first I thought he was a figment of my imagination, but he was real enough. How and why I do not know, but a possibility springs to mind. When Tenzin was mortally wounded by Koryo, he used the last of his strength to seal him within the sacred crystal. The original wards were born of his flesh, his very essence. An act of desperation, I once believed, but now I wonder, was it in preparation for this very day? Even if it had been part of an elaborate plan to preserve his soul as a final defense, his strength alone would never have sufficed. Nay, he needed another warrior possessed of tremendous potential, like himself, one blessed with a singular power, to whom he can bequeath his own. He knew another would come, you see, another hero the likes of which the world so rarely sees. Thousands and thousands of years ago he foresaw your coming. Bah, clever bastard. Put him to shame with his strength and wisdom both, and still he denies me my rematch. But at last I shall have you, Pieter. Long lived. And live long, for I am not finished with you yet. We'll fight again, and I will win. Without turning into Aratama, you may be assured.
Come and get your reward, honored friends.
It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, more than enough to make up for the thousand of Alfina's reckless purchases.
A fitting reward for the saviors of the Ruby Sea.
To be honest, I was half expecting another terrible joke, but you really followed through. Getting this home is going to be no easy task.
If transportation is a concern, we'd be happy to deliver it to a destination of your choosing.
Really? Just like that? Oh, in that case, the Ruby Bazaar Kagane? If it's no trouble, that is.
None whatsoever. Every member of the collective should be glad to lend a hand. And with that, I take my leave.
So Saraban, you really stay here and not return to Mamizu?
Well, I did agree to become the next Genbu. For the duration of his training, I would have him remain here. It will be a long, hard road, believe you me, and I intend to spend my remaining years guiding him. Oh, 500 or so. And there you have it. I hope I can impose upon you to deliver a bunch of the news.
Count on me.
Wait, 500 years, as in you'll be here another 5 centuries. I thought you said the enchantment would fade ere long. These things are relative, and what's with that tone of yours, anyway? You should be honored to be the beneficiary of my sage tutelage, you foolish turtle. You're a turtle, too, you old crabby ghost turtle, tiny thing. Get out of my head.
There's something a little frightening about watching them fight with themselves. Maybe we should leave him alone for a while.
That's probably wise.
Thank you for everything, Pieter. Tataru. Safe travels.
And off we go. Could you give me my water, please? Thank you, love.
You're welcome.
All right. I'll deliver this last thing, and then... Keine bullshit.
I sense you have reasons other than the usual for this particular visit. Might it have something to do with Sorobon?
Indeed it does.
I beg your pardon. Sorobon's become the next Genbu. I will not feign understanding. However, this extraordinary state of affairs comes about as utterly beyond my ken. It's unbelievable as I yet find it, though. I have no doubts what you speak is true.
Sorobon's had an incredible string of bad luck, succumbing to the Aratama, becoming a giant tortoise, and now this. On the other hand, he could have refused and instead agreed to take on its responsibility. So we may as well support him, don't you think?
Indeed, though it pains me to imagine Tamamizu without our Sorobon. It fills me with pride to know that Kojin the Blue has been granted this great honor. We shall pray for him, that he may rise to the occasion and serve as a benevolent guardian to all who call the Ruby Sea home. Well, thank you for helping him to find his true calling, friends.
Oh, the pleasure was ours, and the profit, too.
I'm not sure I take your meaning, but I appreciate the sentiment. But if I might ask a final favor, would you be so kind as to look in on him from time to time, just to see that he's getting on all right?
Of course. Not every day you make friends with a secret collective of talking animals, after all. Even if Sorobon hasn't decided to remain a Reason Temple, I wouldn't have wanted to stay away. You can be sure I'll head there from time to time. You're welcome to join me when I do, of course.
Excellent. Oh, while mounting for the Four Lords. Coolio. Okay. Well, let me use the restroom real quick. And I'll be back. We'll continue. Ooh, don't lose stuff. Be right back. Alright, let's continue. Okay. Onward with the story. Oh, I guess we're going to do Onward with the Beast Tribe quest. That'll work. Hi.
I put on Rollenberry Red.
And it's pretty?
Yeah.
Good.
I like it.
I'm glad.
It's like a rose color.
Mm-hmm. So the Ninth Order Dustman Bozu fears that not all of his peers share the appreciation for slop work and subterfuge.
Shiny metals are not easy to find. No. Hide in Bozu's pick, they do. When I tire of working, I fill my sack with rocks and rubble instead. Does the inspector notice? Not until Bozu's far away. Far in the distance. Yes, Bozu's sharp like that. Sharp. Quick. Sharp. 411th Order metalworkers are not so sharp. No. They're dull indeed. They've smelt my ore in their furnace. Do not realize the perils of such an action, the dangers, the risks, the perils? No. Their recklessness must be stopped, halted, disrupted, stopped. Now, fortunately, Bozu knows exactly what must be done. Precisely, specifically, exactly. We must use Bago's beauties to make furnace go boom. That'll teach the futility of expecting real work from Bozu. The pointlessness, the fruitlessness, the futility. Yes, that'll teach them to let Bozu be Bozu.
What can I buy from you?
Someone has the beans out.
Who? I see that.
Beans
Yep, who spilled the beans?
Bago knew everything. Knew someone would be shirking, dodging, manipulating, shirking. Bago knows everything. Yes. Bago has special powers. Bago had a sweet dream about limbs that go boom. Bago wants an arm of a hot grenade. The grenades don't like Bago, though. They're scared of Bago's experiments. They're frightened, daunted, scared. So Bago made a brazier of cast-offs. Bago knows how to feel to be used and discarded. A friend he is to cast-offs. So this brazier will let you light what Bago wants right there. Use this live cold of steel brazier to Iron Lake. Yes. To Iron Lake you will make a bonfire and dry the warm grenades. Now the pretty part. Yes. You'll slay the warm grenades in a blistering fray. Make a nice hot zone for the hot grenade. When it comes, lop off its arm. Its arm I must have. Yes. Why, are hot grenades drawn to the hot mess? Why do cookery suck eggs? Bozo would make the furnace go boom. Hide his trickery. Bago does not care for the dustman's fate. No cares at all. But needs no excuse for fiery fulminations. Yes. Bago will help you. Bago will introduce you to most buxom beauty. Beautiful indeed she is. Yes. A bit testy. Ill-tempered. Digestible testy. But you will be wise to escort her to a destination with speed, haste, quickness, speed. Yes. You will be wise, or you will be the one to go boom. And your task does not end with the furnace blows to stop. No. It has only begun. You will bring Bago beauty back. Bring back what remains of her essence, her soul, her core. But be forewarned, advised, cautioned, forewarned. Bago's beauties often have a mind of their own. Yes, they do.
Report the input bomb to the specified location in Iron Lake before it detonates. You have 60 seconds to complete the task. Should you fail, return to the starting location and begin anew. Don't be attacked by enemies. So I must do this immediately. I got stuck doing beast trip quests. Because I started that while I was waiting for the other thing.
I'll just wait patiently, and then
I appreciate it.
go and hit the Shadowbringers.
Mm-hmm.
Only that way
Yep, Stormbringers. Everybody knows Stormbringers.
Oh, it blinked over my eyes.
Mm-hmm. I am humorously overpowered.
Where is she? Where's Margot's beauty?
Here's a bomb core for you.
Margot's beauty returns. Yes, 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 she does. Many booms are had, yes. Many shouts, many cries, many screams. And who are you again? Who are you? Bozu's friend? Go back to Bozu. Next time tell him he bothers me. He'll be the one to go boom. Overdweller managed would make boom, yes. Overdweller timing is most auspicious, fortunate, opportune, auspicious. Yes, 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 it is. As we speak, Bogo puts finishing touches on one of his beauties. She's a fiery one. Yes, if a touch fickle. You'll be wise to deliver her to her destination quickly, unless you wish to bear the brunt of her flames of passion. Bago does not think you would want this. No, no, no.
And transported to the correct location. All right. What's up, honey? Ah, yes.
Smokey always thinks he's getting one. I know if I don't come to home. Last time was an accident. I accidentally dropped it on the floor.
Mm-hmm. There's one more of those to do.
Flame will devour, I'll swallow, consume, devour. Neither friend nor foe, no, none shall escape my rage. My beauties, my poor, poor beauties, the most dazzling, magnificent, ravishing, dazzling beauties, have been spirited away to Zogar's loathsome forward, where they toil in trouble and ignominy. Zogar will pay for this. Yes, yes, Zogar must suffer. It may not be possible to bring back Bago's beauties whole, but they can at least be used to leave present for Zogar. A gift, a memento, a present. Bago's beauties rage and seethe from within Zogar's fiery prison. You'll free them, yes, and channel their rage to Zogar's most precious machine works. You will move quickly, hastily, speedily, quickly, or you'll be the one to suffer their wrath. Now then, you will still not be done. Again must Zogar be made to suffer. Zogar's furnaces, once numbered 2, will number none. Nothing, none. Bago will renew night with his beauties, and all will be quiet and calm, yes, or you will fall, and the whole mountain will fall to Bago's wrath. Crash, crumble, fall.
Sure, why not? Gather ore on the way there. And some lavish lunch pots, too. Well, I guess we'll kill this guy.
Such devastation. This was not my intention.
The best line in all of AR.
That's like I said.
Mm-hmm.
And grab some worthless ore. And grab some more lavish lunch pots.
Lunch pot.
Yep, we're stealing their food.
Yes.
For the lazy gaboos.
Yes. Well, they are hungry.
Well, part of our master plan, too. Well, anyway, we're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's this? Plundered some precious metals from the kobolds that you donate to our cause. Yep, here you go. Hi, the Maelstrom is fortunate indeed to have capable allies like Baragot's buttocks. These are some of the sorriest dregs of ore I've ever had the misfortune to lay my eyes on. Your reward... How about this? I'll give you some leftover scraps from last night's dinner, and you'll promise to go away and not waste any more of me time. Deal? Sounds great.
Now you can deliver it too. Let's hope.
Yep. Here you go, bozo.
You brought my meal? Yes. Tell me you have Bozo's belly rumbles so loud, almost cause a cave-in, a collapse, a rockfall, a cave-in.
Your rotten vegetables.
Oh, this is a meal to savor, relish, delight, savor. Yes, it is. Gigu always says, no treat is tastier than that earned by the efforts of others. Do I smell what I think I smell? Yes, I believe I do.
Here's your lavish lunch pot.
Freshly plucked lava-toad legs. There's worms that still wriggle and squirm. Oh, this is more than a meal. This is a feast, a banquet, a spread, a feast for the senses. To something to the lives of his peers, inspire Bozu to work harder. Oh, no, never. Why would it? Even when they're long-legged friends like you. For 11th there's no more. Yes. Bozu can look forward to many days of rest and relaxation. And you will linger close by, yes? Yes, stay, sojourn, linger. And today is a happy day. Happy indeed.
I'm glad I could help.
Oh, the adventurer knows the art of the kill. Slice, dice, kill. Bogu should not have worried. No, inspectors deserve to die again for making Bogu's nights sleepless. Oh, well, nice. Very well. And it went clean, smooth, well. Much better than putting nose to grindstone or cooking the books. Bogu feels much better than the next inspection. We'll kill again, yes? Bogu could hear the booms from here. Hear booms and see smoke. And this is not the end of the fireworks. No. Just wait until Zogar learns that his underlings have failed him so. Lucky we are that Bogu and his beauties are on our side. Yes, at least for now.
He's like, nonsense. I see it right there.
Does Bago have long to wait? Is hot grenade arm coming soon? Yeah.
There's your grenade arm.
Arm of a hot grenade, a limb that goes boom. Yes. You're not scared of Bogo and his lovelies, are you? Bogo is, though Bago can tell. The craftsman knows Bago has funny dreams about him.
That is an inappropriate kobold.
Quite.
We hope the Alkalites, our promise is kept. Yes, yes, the adventurers unscathed, unsinged, conscious, unscathed. If only Bagu hadn't eaten that bad shrimp and been able to fetch the arm himself. Eh? Ignoble adventurer. Shrimp goes scout. Everyone knows this. Yes, yes, yes. Dangerous, nasty things they are. And I work hard to keep them out of others' reach. Now, Bagu must bid you farewell. And the dinner gong will sound. And there's precious little food to go around.
Okay.
3 more to go.
Mm-hmm. Take the bomb into hand and carry to destination before destination. You have 50 seconds to complete the task. If you fail, return to the starting location and begin anew. Be aware of attacks from enemies. They'll sap your strength. Got to complete the task on time. The bomb will explode and you'll suffer damage. Commence transport. To the center bomb place. You have 40 seconds to get the bomb in there.
That's the bomb.
Uh-huh. Character destination before it detonates. Commence transport. To get to the second bomb place. Okay. Grab the saltpeter. Oh, you want to die? Okay, I guess I'll oblige. Kind of a weird request. There we go. It's right there.
You kept selecting your chocobo.
Like, okay, I'll take the chocobo, but I don't understand why you want me to do that. That seems kind of stupid.
Oh, okay. I was like, "What's this?" It said I can use it, but it's a furnishing. Technically, not usable. Yep, I'm doing great.
Overpowered.
Mm-hmm. Right by a thing I have to go collect.
Mm-hmm.
I can just change my job and take care of it if I have to.
You returned the course to make up Bogo's beauty. Yes. For your own sake, I hope you do.
There you go.
As lovely as ever, you returned to Bago, and you left a lovely gift to Azoka. Yes, you did. What are you still doing here? Can you not see the beauties demand my attention? Go play with Bobo and leave me alone. Be gone. Get out. You return from the depths and the shells, I see. Yes, I say you do.
There's the shells.
Such exquisite shells. Beautiful, elegant, exquisite. They make lovely plates indeed. Yes. The finest utensils our dick has seen. Bogu, the suffers from stomach pains most severe. Wrenching, stinging severe. I'll teach him a lesson. Yes. Teach him not to take others' handiwork for his dinner.
Skill speed sounds great.
You need say nothing, no. Bogu's words are heard from even here, much to Bogu's comfort. My master's rage cools from a boil to a slow burn, a simmer, but we will stay away for now, just to be certain. Safe, sure, certain. And when angered, Bago is more fearsome than a score, 100, 1,000 of Bogo's strongest. Bogo's heart rages with the anger of 1,000 of Bogo's beauties. So God will pay for angering a monster, for putting all of our lives in danger.
And then the place we have to collect.
Thank you.
That's a stupid level 54.
What is it even doing there? No good reason, as far as I can see.
Someone else is moving. There's a whole file. Can you get that? Okay.
That's fine. Beat him. I wasn't here for them, anyway.
Alrighty.
Yes, yes. Buckle's very busy with, a present for me and my lovelies. The nerve, the gall, the audacity, the nerve. Bobu thinks my beauty is pale before Zaukas. He does. Perhaps Bobu would like to serve as my next test subject, yes? Feel their power firsthand, yes? I'll take this outfitter this time, yes. But you tell Bobu he can shove the rest of the stuff where the sun don't shine. Woe is Bobu. Oh, no one will ever understand my genius, my brilliance, my gift, my genius.
I guess not.
Okay, so that big old dude is cleared out of here.
Cool. Now that I don't need to go anymore. Appreciate it.
Oh,
I got what I needed.
okay, cool.
Speak not a whisper, friend. No, not a word. I can hear Bobu screaming and shrieking in joy all the way over here. Yes, any day now. He'll offer to take me as an apprentice, his student, his pupil, his apprentice, aspiring 79th Order Acolyte Bobu. It rings nicely in the ear, no?
Skill speed.
The way that the resistance started.
I took your teleport, so I'm almost there.
Yay.
The Signs of the Seventh Dawn. Welcome to El Amigo. The Alliance leaders have already arrived. May I show you to the meeting chamber? Upon proceeding to the Royal Palace, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It's recommended you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Into the Royal Palace? Yes.
Alrighty, here we go.
Mistress Lys, Commander Aldin, it gives me great pleasure to formally welcome the city-state of Alamigo to the Eorzean Alliance.
The pleasure is ours, Your Grace. I know I speak for all Alamegans when I say that we are glad of this chance to stand with our comrades of the Alliance.
And we, for our part, are glad indeed to be able to welcome friends both old and new.
Lord Hien of Doma, at your service. Pray, accept my heartfelt thanks for your generous invitation.
Nay, 'Tis we who must thank you for journeying so far. And 'twould be remiss of me not to acknowledge the part the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have played in bringing all of us together. In times of great unrest, you and yours have been our constant companions, without whom we would not be here.
With apologies to Lord Hien and Mistress Alize, it occurs to me that we have not gathered in this way since that fateful day in Uldar.
The day I lost my arm and my freedom. As I lay in my cell, never did I dream that I would one day be given the chance to represent my homeland at this council. I would not even be alive had you not plucked me from the jaws of death. You, Yugiri, and Alphino. Would that the lad could be with us.
Yeah, he's somewhere.
I too owe my presence here to Alphino, in so many ways. Until such time as he returns, I mean to carry on his good work as best I can.
Come, friends. Let us leave the past in the past and turn our eyes to the future. My Lord Hien, pray, tell us how things stand in the east.
Recap mode.
Having heard the rumors of dissent in Garlemald, I dared to dream of a peaceable solution.
The Empire will not so easily change its ways. If the Garleans have a mind to take back Doma and Alamigo, we'll be hard-pressed to stop them, even with the might of 6 nations. But while we lack the strength to fight the tide, a course may yet present itself, if we read the winds aright.
The winds suggest but one course to me. One which leads from the sea unto the river and thence to the source of all our woes.
The Ascians.
Indeed. All here have felt their blighted touch. It was the bringers of chaos who nurtured the Archbishop's tyrannical ambitions. They who bestowed upon him the secrets of summoning, as they have so many others before and since. And while they remain, we shall know no peace.
Our objective is clear. The question is how to achieve it. That our enemy parades about in Xenos' skin poses problems in itself, but ere we get to them, how are we to infiltrate the Empire and get close enough to strike?
Looks like everyone has a bowl of snacks.
While I see the wisdom in targeting the Ascians, an assassination attempt on Garlean soil would do little to aid our cause, even were it to succeed. It's time we used our enemy's preferred tactic. Subterfuge.
Spy time.
You have an idea?
Speak your mind, Master Thancred. None here know the enemy better than the Scions, and you mayhap best of all. Whatever it is you propose, we will give it fair hearing. On that you have my word.
Very well, Admiral. My proposal is thus. We dispatch the shinobi to Imperial territory. There, they sow the rumor that the Crown Prince perished in the battle for Alamigo, and that the man parading around is in fact a corpse inhabited by a servant of darkness.
So a rumor of the truth.
Well, it does have the ring of truth about it. And were the Garleans to learn that their future ruler is a puppet, the Empire would be shaken to the core.
But, at the risk of sounding stupid, would they actually believe such an unlikely story? I didn't.
Ordinarily not. But prior to his miraculous recovery, rumors of Xenos' death had already begun to circulate around the Empire. Ultimately, however, what the masses believe is not our chief concern. Our true objective is to create an opening for rival factions within Garlemald to exploit.
Just as a war of succession erupted in the wake of Emperor Solus's death.
A war which raged until but recently, plunging the Imperial House into disarray as nephew and uncle grappled for the throne. It is no coincidence that one of Varus's first acts as Emperor was to name Xenos heir apparent, family feuds being so tiresome when armies are involved. Not all welcomed his choice of successor, however. There is no shortage of individuals who aspire to the throne, who would jump at any chance to seize power. The news that Xenos is not only dead, but a puppet to diabolical forces, would be too enticing to ignore.
The Empire would not be quick to recover from a second war of succession.
I am no stranger to infiltrating Imperial territory. With a team of operatives gathered from among the Alliance's finest, the plan should have a reasonable chance of success.
Doma already has shinobi in place throughout the provinces. We stand ready to act, and act we must. What say you all?
I'm for Master Thancred's proposal. We shine a light upon the Ascian and test the Empire's unity. 'Twas his plot that scuttled Doma's negotiations, was it not? Why then, if we can eliminate him, there may yet be a chance for peace. Let us wage this war of subterfuge, that we may one day lay down our arms. Gods know we never will while the Ascians remain.
Uh-oh.
That way. Sorrow. History must be changed.
I don't understand.
Ahead looms a calamity. Ahead looms light, expunging all form and life. Twin dooms only you can forestall. Only you.
What's the matter?
Oh, I had something bad in my tea.
There's a voice.
Spies in our midst?
Nay, I sense no such presence.
Let expanse contract. Eon become instant. Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Is it over?
Ooh, Thancred Knight.
Master Thancred!
Not doing so well.
No.
12 for Fend. Bear him to a private chamber. Have every healer make ready. Swiftly!
He's very much not doing well.
Master Thancred remains in slumber. Though his vital signs appear stable, he's unresponsive.
You mean he was being controlled by Nassian this entire time? Shock.
What could have done this? And why just him and not the others?
I'm afraid we could not identify the cause, milady. Our examinations revealed no wounds, nor the presence of any poisonous substances.
Gods, that only makes it worse. You're to let us know the moment there's any change, all right?
Thank you for coming. Knowing Thancred, he would apologize for being otherwise engaged at so crucial a juncture.
She doesn't have the echo.
In gifting us a course of action, Thancred sowed the seed of all that is to follow. We have but to nurture it as best we can. To him, I would say, rest easy, that he may wake to enjoy the fruits of our labors.
Most of this Archons of the Seventh Dawn have the echo.
Now, the matter of the mysterious voice must not be forgotten. Will you tell me exactly what happened?
Oh, absolutely. We had something weird in our
Alizé
tea.
and I heard a voice in the moments before Thancred collapsed. It was accompanied by a severe headache, as if something were clutching at our minds. Did you experience the same thing?
Oh, yeah. It was pretty awful.
So, in between the voice and the pain, you felt as if you were somewhere else entirely?
Yes. Felt like they were about to summon me to do Kingdom
Your
Hearts stuff.
testimony confirms my suspicion. That which you experienced was, I believe, your soul being plucked from your flesh. Called.
Well, what's it called? Don't bother. Don't make us wait.
I myself examined Thancred. Reach out as I may, I could not sense in him the spark of life that is his soul. That Thancred alone was stricken so is likely due to his heightened sensitivity to the effects of ether. A consequence of his prior possession by the Ascian, La Hebrea.
Mm-hmm.
The owner of the voice, whoever it may be, reached out to you, called your souls, and in so doing, caused you and yours such pain.
But if that's true, where exactly are we being called to?
I know not. Yet one thing is plain. Whoever waits for you on the other side is possessed of a power unlike any I have ever known.
Forgive us, Lys, but may we leave Thancred in your care for a time?
As if you had to ask. I may not be a scion anymore, but I'm no less a friend. Don't worry. I'll see to it that Thancred's well looked after. Just focus on solving this mystery, all right?
Thank you, Lys.
Does that mean that Lys
As the
and
Elder
Sister
Seedseer
probably have
says,
the answer?
'tis no
Probably.
ordinary individual we are dealing with. Nor can we discount the possibility of Ascian involvement.
Whoever or whatever is behind this, the sooner we find out, the better.
Yeah, probably Ito did. Probably Ito did.
Yeah.
And still, we're not in Shadowbring.
Ah, oh, we're ever getting closer to him.
I just tried to call Oriange and his link pearl. He didn't respond, but I dare to hope that he possesses some knowledge we do not.
We would have been called at the same time.
Ah, Oriange. Something happened during the meeting. Thancred's collapsed. A disembodied voice suddenly started... What? But that's... we should talk about this in person. All right, we'll meet you there. That was Oriange. He heard the voice too. In Thanalan? If Rielan were affected by the meeting, I've had my suspicions. But if the voice also spoke to Oriange, there can be little doubt. The Scions were trumpeted, specifically. By whom and to what end is the question, one to which we must find an answer with all possible haste.
We got a new emote.
We learned the emote Endure. Alright, I gotta see Endure really quick. I have no idea what's going on there.
Okay, that's because...
It's in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I should be interested to hear how Ujan and Jay's experience compares to our own. Ujan and Jay agreed to meet with us at the Rising Stones. If any of the others heard the voice, we'll find out soon enough. Well, good luck. I should get back to the meeting with the Elder Seedseer. But if there's anything else I can do, anything at all, you must let me know, all right? Promise me.
Oh, I had Alex say, so endured, and I endured her onslaught.
I see.
Yeah.
Right, well then, let's be on our way. Let me plug this back in. Mom is sending me cat pictures of Ernest Hemingway.
What?
Ernest Hemingway and his cat. I don't know why she really wanted to send me that, but she did.
Urianger! Gods, it's good to see you.
Would that our meeting were under happier circumstances. I judged the voice sufficient cause for concern even before you sent word of its effect on our comrade.
You heard it too, then?
Aye. And all but certainly at the selfsame instant. Alas, pained as I was, I could make little sense of what few words did then reach mine ears.
Who do you think is responsible? Could this be the Ascians doing?
No, I don't think so.
That I cannot say. Not when so little is known.
If anything, I would say the Warriors of Shadow.
Ere I indulge in speculation, I would examine Thancred with mine own eyes.
To Alamigo, then, without further delay.
One other thing. During my visit to the Far East, I observed a strange phenomenon.
Oh?
Thou referrest, I presume, to the localized reduction in etheric density.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that spares me the trouble of an explanation. Yes, I noted precisely that at two apparently unconnected locations. I take it the phenomenon is not limited to the Far East.
Indeed not. Of late, our agents charged with surveilling the beast tribes have spoken of little else. In every corner of the realm, they tell of places in which the ether hath grown thin. Naturally, my suspicions first turned to primal activity, but the areas thus affected betray no evidence of summoning. I must confess to being quite perplexed.
Quite.
If the same phenomenon is being observed in multiple locations on opposite sides of the world, we may safely discount regional factors. Needless to say, this warrants further investigation.
Indeed.
Indeed. I shall make it my task to... The voice. It calleth to me once more.
I hear it too.
Only you. Only you.
Sorry.
No! Ishtola! Urianger!
Throw wide the gates.
No. No, this can't be happening!
Oh dear.
Y'shtola! Urianger! Open your eyes! Open your eyes, I beg you!
This is a problem.
I think they threw open wide.
Say something! Anything! Not again. Please, not again.
Boy, I wonder how Alfino's doing. Is this related to Alfino being in Garlemald? Yeah, what is happening with Alfino? That's what I'm wondering right now. I think this is related.
Forgive me, that was an unseemly display.
Happened right before your very eyes, milady. None here would have behaved any differently. We have borne 2 of them to a private chamber, but tell me, is it true that Master Thancred languages in a like state in Alamigo?
I'm afraid so. Though, given the circumstances, it would seem best to observe them together. No send word the least that he should be brought here.
Take heart, milady. The world is full of scholars and knowledgeable folk of every persuasion. Someone out there is bound to know what ails our comrades and how they might be cured. Thus will we arouse them, no matter what.
That we will, Hori. That we will. But first things first, our comrades shall have questions. May I ask that you explain the situation to them? I must attend to a private matter. Indeed. Oh, I promised I'd visit someone in Limsa Liminsa. He'd been waiting at Maelstrom Command for a while now. You know, you should come along too. I think he'd be glad to see you. All right. Take care of things here, will you?
All right. Yeah, I'm starting to lose energy. You're about to lose power.
All right. So from here, I guess let's go to Maelstrom Command. The Limsa.
Oh my goodness, she got there first.
Uh-huh. PlayStation 5 for the win.
Yeah.
What's up, Elsie? As you've probably guessed, it's Gabu we've come to see. The private here will bring him out to us. Ever since the Maelstrom took him in, I've tried to visit as often as I can, and after what befell our friends, I was taken by the urge to visit again. It's difficult to explain. So do you have him here? Mom? Goes months without texting me, and now I'm streaming and text.
Here he is, my lady.
Gabu, it's been too long.
I'm afraid there's been no change. If he can see or hear us, he has given no sign.
I see. You're still fighting. I'm proud of you. We promised that we would come and visit you together, didn't we? Alphino and I. I'm sorry that we haven't managed that yet. You know, with the 3 of us like this, does it not remind you of that night? Of the stars beyond count twinkling in the heavens? I was feeling pretty low back then. Powerless. But I knew that my brother was close by if I needed him, and that the others would be waiting for me back at the Rising Stones. Not like now. I've seen my share of trouble since coming to Eorzea. Been reminded again and again of my limitations, of how little I can change about this world. And I've come to know the sorrow of parting all too well. But to have the people I hold dear struck down before my eyes, and be powerless to help them. That I cannot bear.
You don't have to bear this burden alone.
No, I don't. You're right. It's pure arrogance to imagine I can solve everything by myself. You'd think I'd have learned that by now. Thank you. Come on. We have friends to save.
Indeed we do. Thanks for agreeing to come. It meant a lot to me. Alright, I'm just gonna let Mom chat to herself. I did some thinking on the way back, and I think Hori is right. We need to seek some outside help. Ordinarily, we would turn to our own experts in such matters, but they're both among the stricken. I'd begin by reaching out to the myriad guilds and research institutions here in Eorzea. Additionally, Grandfather and Minfilia had a wealth of connections between them, and I mean to explore those avenues too. We'll find a way to save everyone, mark my words. Much and more has happened these recent days. Some of it for the good, some not so. But all about me. People continue their fight. From the shinobi who search for Alfino and the Alliance members who make ready to move against the Empire, they march on in the face of great adversity, bearing heavy burdens. Everyone is playing their part, and so must I. You have your own part to play too, I know, and it's bigger than most. So I won't keep you. Just promise you'll visit from time to time, and I promise I'll have good tidings to share with you when you do. Quest complete.
Why, that whole group and Charlene suddenly disappeared.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace.
The Populares no longer present an obstacle. Now is the time to bring the Empire's might to bear. A word from your Radiance is all it takes. But one word, and the Imperial army will fall upon Alamigo as a pack of bloodthirsty wolves and tear that feeble nation apart. Have you no words for me? Despite the lengths I go to, an emissary playing the part of a fool. When first I took this face, I swore to use all of my knowledge, all of my power, to further the cause of the Empire. My deeds stand testament to my commitment. And with this adamant flesh at my disposal, I could destroy the Icon Slayer as easily as one might swat a fly. Why do you hesitate? Our enemy is resourceful. Though victory is certain now, of doubt. Until then, I take my leave, Father.
I should be the one to sigh. I played my part to perfection. I had earned my rest, and then, thanks to La Habrea's crowning act of idiocy, our favorite emissary sees fit to summon me back. Elidibus was ever a warrior. A most tiresome trait, would you not agree? What? Have you no words for me either? No matter. I've long grown weary of this mummery. Now, my dearest grandson, let me remind you of your place in the simplest of terms. You do not make judgments, you administer them. Swiftly and to the letter. Naught else is your concern. Elidibus may be an insufferable bore, but he is no fool. His choices as emissary seldom err. If aught threatens the balance twixt light and dark, it falls to you to remove it. Be it by your own hands or by your armies, you have ample means at your disposal. That is why this empire exists, why I built it. Oh dear, have I touched a nerve? You always were an easy one to read. I pity you, I do. As they say, ignorance is bliss. And I know how much happier you would be not knowing the things you know. The Founding Father was an Ascian, and he created the Empire solely for the purpose of sowing the seeds of chaos. Don't take it personally. I merely do my duty. To bring about a calamity requires no small amount of power, and there is no surer way to obtain such power than by collecting powerful pawns. To that end, I have labored long and hard, and I must say I am quite pleased with my handiwork, paltry though it seems in comparison to Alag.
You fiends are overfond of your own voices.
He'll get up anyway.
Mark me, Ascian. Man is the master of his own destiny.
Such a waste of time and energy, both yours and mine. Lest you forget you are Emperor now. If you wish to spout drivel about man's destiny, save it for the masses. It will serve to give them a sense of purpose, and you pliant pieces for the game. Oh, do stop sulking, boy. You, of all people, should understand. Ours is a struggle to restore both mankind and the world to their rightful state. Viewed thus, our goals are one and the same.
Credits. Meanwhile, at a resistance encampment somewhere in the Empire. Hey, look. That's all we know.
Yay.
He's not quite dead.
They're near some greenery. Finally.
Well, again, they turned the Aether back on. Again, I wonder why it was turned off. I bet it was for a good reason. What in the world? Dead. All dead. Yet I see no wounds, nor any evidence of battle. Damn them. They finally used it. The Empire developed an alchemical weapon, Giralbania, a gas, Black Rose it was called. And to breathe it is to breathe your last. Yep. And that did this? I thought the project abandoned, its vile fruit destroyed, but naught else could have wrought such an atrocity. And it's one encampment. Fools. What do they hope to gain from this butchery? Can they not see that a rule won through terror will not endure? How many more provinces must they lose? The Ascians. It cannot be a coincidence that their trail led us here. Their objective was never to rule, but to sow strife and discord. Such a crime does indeed bear the mark of the bringers of chaos. Black Rose cannot be allowed to kill again. We must find the Ascians and put an end to their plot. Cool music.
It's just like a common villain plot, but to restore humanity to their original state means to obliterate all of humanity. What?
Prelude in Violet. History of Violet.
I'm glad you've come, though I'm afraid there's little in the way of good news. After you left, we reached out to both the Alchemists Guild and Stillglade Fane and attempted all manner of treatments. But the results were always the same. Whatever the answer is, it's not alchemy or conjuring. Why did it have to be Y'shtola and Urianger and not me? Out of all of us, they are the ones who could feasibly have solved this puzzle. And Elfino's still missing. God, it's all going wrong. Where do we even start?
Good afternoon, Philia. All right.
A grave situation indeed. Might I be of some assistance?
Memphily's mummy. Oh, no. What's up, Crow?
Kryl! I thought you busy delving into the mysteries of Eureka.
When word reached me of the plight of our friends, I could not well stay away. As a fellow scion, not to mention your erstwhile mentor, this is one of those times you should feel free to call on me, regardless of my personal circumstances.
Yes, I should have thought of that. Thank you for coming, Kryl. We would welcome your insight.
And I should be happy to provide it. Now,
What's this I hear about Alphino heading into Imperial territory? That boy always did have some funny ideas.
Do you remember the speech he gave when he was accepted to the Studium? My life's goal is naught less than the salvation of this star. That particular grand pronouncement has been a source of great embarrassment to him, as you know.
But the fact of the matter is, he meant every word and has lived his life accordingly.
Yes, he remains altruistic to a fault, but I'm worried he was too fixated on his goals to see the dangers, as has happened before.
You needn't be so concerned. Though his values remain the same, Alphino is not the blinkered boy he once was. Slowly but surely his eyes have been opened, thanks to a certain someone. A certain someone whom he'd be mortified to learn had heard about his little speech. Mum's the word, eh? Right, I'd better have a look at our patients. They're in the infirmary, I assume. I'll need absolute quiet, so it would be best if I did this alone. If you'll excuse me. All three are in fine physical health. At a glance, I would say they were merely sound asleep. Except for the fact that I couldn't sense the slightest trace of them in their bodies. It's as if their souls have taken leave of their physical forms.
Ah, yes. The Elder Seedseer made a similar observation.
I've read the report. When you heard this mysterious voice, you described feeling as if you were somewhere else, yes? If we assume the ether which comprises your essence is being drawn to some other place, then it may be possible to follow the trail it leaves behind, just as we did in our search for Thancred.
I wasn't around for that, but I can't imagine it was easy.
Oh, it wasn't. But that's no reason not to try. I will have need of Master Matoya's crystal eye if I'm even to make the attempt. So I suggest we pay her a visit.
Alright, the Matoya's Cave then.
Quest accepted. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Yeah, senpai. I think she put me and my aunt on the conversation. I think they were talking. Sending cat pictures about Ernest Hemingway. Which, it's great that they're having a good time. Yes, 5 to win.
I've heard Master Matoya is something of a recluse, but this seems extreme. Still, I'll happily overlook her eccentricities if she agrees to help us.
I'm lost.
Follow the indicator.
Here we go.
And the
Come to disturb my peace again, have you? I hide myself away in a cave, and still you people insist on pestering me with your problems. Oh, I mistook you for young what's-his-name, but I see now you're the sister. Weren't you supposed to be the lively one? I've seen happier faces at a rain-sodden burial.
Yes, well, my brother is gone, and, Ishtala is dispossessed of her soul.
Well, I'm sorry to dash your expectations, but the situation isn't exactly conducive to gaiety.
Ha! That's more like it. Stoller used to spit and hiss like a wildcat too. Better for a young thing like you to be filled with fire and leave the doom and gloom to your elders. Now, what exactly does this tragic situation of yours have to do with me?
If I may, Master Matoya, we have need of your crystal eye once more.
Horrible things are happening to the Asians. Not Asians, Scions. That's the difference.
And Stola is one of the inflicted, is she?
Yep. Don't you feel bad now?
Very well. She may be an ungrateful stray, but she's my ungrateful stray, and I'll not see her buried before I am.
Could be a bit late for that, but appreciate the help.
Right. Let us see what we can see. I'll begin from where our friends first fell, and cast my senses out from there.
What is it? Did you find them?
Face says no.
Wait, this doesn't make sense. How is it even possible?
How is what possible? Kryl, what did you see?
The threads, they just ended. And no, I didn't lose track of them. I followed them as far as they went. It's as if they were cut off.
Could their ether have dissipated if it had? Oh gods! Their bodies are just husks. It's like the Broodmother's daughter all over again.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is different. The Kalyana girl was already dead, body and soul, when Lakshmi effected her resurrection.
Aye, let's not jump to conclusions. If their physical forms yet breathe and show no signs of wasting, then it follows that their souls must still be intact somewhere.
Maybe trapped inside crystals like we did with the Asians.
But where?
That's the question, isn't it, girl? Death has not taken them to the ethereal sea, yet there are no tracks left for us to follow.
We're no closer to an answer than when we started. But knowing their souls are still out there is progress of a sort. We just have to keep looking. Pray, excuse me a moment. Yes? I remember, but... What, to Alamigo? We're on our way. That was Lise. Apparently, a group of Populares have defected to Alamigo, and Maxima, the envoy Alphino left with, is one of them.
That's
I'm
really
sorry.
not good.
I realize we've barely begun here, but...
Go, child, go! You've made up your mind, and life's too short for dithering.
I'll do some digging in the meantime and see if there isn't some other method we could use to continue the search.
Let's be off then.
Oh, not again. The enchantment barely seems to take these days. I chalk it up to old age, but I rather doubt it's that simple.
Something wrong with the Aether. Everywhere.
Before they took ill, Y'shtola and Urianger were sharing notes on a thinning of the ether. It seems to be happening all over.
Does it now? And here I was, all set to blame my woes on that creaking mountain of refuse clogging up the Thaliac. I fear something has gone awry. Still, there's naught to be gained from starting at shadows. You can only do what can be done, and that but one thing at a time.
So that thinning happened before we turned on the fountain into the waste, so it's not that. But that would be my first guess. So that there was a woman who tamed Ishla. I had the distinct feeling of being grabbed by the scruff of the neck and having the nonsense shaken out of me. When Alphino's back, I'd like to visit again and ask her what tales she has of grandfather. Sure. I almost can't bear to hear what Maxima has to tell us. But it can't be bad news, can it? Lise would have said. Unless... there's no point speculating. Lise said she'd notified the guards of our coming, so we should head straight to the palace gate of the Alamigan quarter. I'll be praying for good news.
I'll be praying for good news. Learn what you can about Alphino's plight, and leave the search for our friend's lost souls to me.
Okay. Well, I'm going to let you teleport us there, then. Since you're so quick on the draw.
You'll get there first.
Uh-huh. Oh, then go ahead and pick at something. You do have the rest of your lunch. Yeah, Resistance Guard. What's up? Greetings, Scions. The commander told me to expect you. Shall I show you in? Let's enter the Royal Palace, shall we?
I'm sorry to drag you halfway across the realm, but when Maxima mentioned Alphino, I thought you'd want to hear the news in person.
Oh?
Ah, we meet again. Though I was hoping our reunion would be under more auspicious circumstances.
What happened to my brother? Where is Alphino?
Never fear, my lady. Your brother was in fine health when I took my leave of him, and I have no reason to assume that has changed.
You assume?
If you will allow me, I shall endeavor to explain events. Our troubles began not long after we departed Doma. While crossing the burn, we were fired upon by the Emperor's personal guard and forced to make an emergency landing. As we stumbled from the wreckage, our attackers fell upon us again, and we would have perished there and then were it not for the intercession of a third party, a band of mercenaries whose leader claimed to pursue a vendetta against the Ascians.
My mom is still chatting
This shadow hunter, as he styled himself, then escorted us out of the wastes to relative safety. Upon arriving back in civilization, I gathered my Populares colleagues and prepared to flee the Empire. Master Alphino, however, declined the invitation to join us, preferring to continue his investigation into the Ascian threat.
As Alphino will.
Well, at least he's not lying in a heap in the burn. Tell us more about these Ascian hunters. Who are they? And is Alphino still with them?
I don't know, we left.
He is. As to who they are, I'm afraid I have nothing to tell you. Beyond the fact that they root out and destroy Ascians, they were unwilling to divulge anything which might serve to identify them. They would not even reveal their next destination. But Master Alphino asked to accompany them all the same.
Does sound like him.
Since parting company with your brother, we've been engaged in a game of cat and mouse with the Emperor's Guard. We made our way through province after province, finding the army busy restoring order wherever we went, until we finally arrived here in Alamigo. I cannot thank Commander Aldin enough for giving us such an unexpectedly warm welcome.
I'm not inclined to turn away refugees, no matter which land they call home. And if they can tell me how things lie in Garlemald, all the better.
Quite.
On that subject, there is much I would tell you. During the course of our journey, we heard tales that an entire rebel army had been slaughtered in the space of a single night. It would seem my former comrades grew tired of putting down uprisings in the conventional manner, and chose instead to bring a formidable new weapon to bear. Details were sparse, but the rumor alone was enough to dampen the flames of rebellion. I have also heard reports that several companies have withdrawn from their designated provinces and begun marching westward.
Here they come.
It is my assessment that the Empire's forces are mobilizing for a large-scale military engagement.
Against us, and we have no chance to repel them.
Westward? You mean they're getting ready to invade Alamigo?
Makes sense.
We knew this was coming, but not that it would be so soon.
No, they didn't make an example of us.
We've barely even begun to shore up our defenses. They won't stop an invading army.
You're right.
No, they won't. Dispatch messengers to the Alliance leadership requesting reinforcements, and send word to our officers in the field to hasten completion of those border fortifications. Prepare to meet the Imperials head-on! No matter how quickly we act, we still want for time.
Right.
When the enemy comes into view, our best recourse will be to open negotiations with their commander.
Exactly.
And see that the ensuing proceedings take as long as possible.
Stall.
Would you and Alize head to Doma and let Lord Hien know about this? I'm sure he'll want to hear about Alphino too.
Consider it done. We'll send word when...
Untold sorrow must be changed. Ahead looms a calamity. Eon become instant. Throw wide the gates.
You heard it too. Well, at least we're both still standing.
So far, but Alphino's probably down.
Oh, thank the gods. I thought we'd lost you for a moment there. Why does this keep happening?
I wish I knew. Nothing we've tried has brought us any closer to an answer. We'll keep working on it. But first, we need to go and see Lord Hien.
Could be an attack, could be a cry for help. No telling. So, Alphino is safe, for the present at least. Now all we need to worry about is a full-scale Imperial invasion. I'm actually glad Lise tasked us with visiting Lord Hien. I don't think we'll be dashing from place to place and sitting around stewing over things we can't change. To the Enclave. Thank you so much for your contribution. We pray you will favor us with your generosity in the future as well. Can I repair over here? Yes. Alright. I see you have tidings for Lord Hien. May I show you in? Greetings, my friends. I was just discussing future endeavors with the members of this newly formed alliance. The Kojin and the Confederacy you already know, and it was your own strength of arms that wanted the cooperation of the steppe tribes. We've also been joined by our neighbors from Nancha and the indomitable citizens of Dalmasca. Through the scattered nature of the Danish resistance will somewhat delay our official introduction. These proud peoples have united under a single purpose, to stand against the tyranny of the Garlean Empire. I'm glad to see your alliance is coming along so swiftly. As things stand, I fear we shall soon have need of your strength. You see, the Ascians are coming to murder us all. And the Scions keep passing out. I thank you for bringing me news of Alfino. His fate is never far from my thoughts, and not only because he's our emissary. As for this sudden deployment of Imperial forces, I agree. Alamigo would be wise to shore up its borders with all haste. Every report we receive from a shinobi indicates amassing of troops in the western provinces. It seems all but certain the Empire's poised to bring its fist down upon Eorzea. And I would help deflect that blow. But I cannot risk sending reinforcements just yet. We will remain vulnerable to airborne assault until our wall in the burn is in place. An all-important Allegan energy barrier. Sorry, an all-important Allegan energy barrier. There we go. The energy barrier, yeah. I'd like to call it something more auspicious, a name drawn from the four lords of legends, perhaps, Sirius Aegis, or some such. Well, just a thought. The Ironworks engineers report that they have finished calibrating the generators and are ready to proceed to the testing stage. Have you time to attend the first test? You've seen the field which protects Azizlar firsthand, and I would be interested to hear how you think ours compares. Sure. I will come too if you don't mind. Though I'm no Easterler, I may be able to offer some insight. Of course. The time being of the essence, it would be best if we made directly for the burn. Yugiri, I leave you and Hakuro to bring the War Council to a close. Understood. Your mounts are saddled and ready for my lord. Aware the storms. More monies. We'll cross the burn by Yawl and Falcon, as before. Join me at the overlook near the House of the Fierce. Quest accepted. Here, Lord Hien. Give the word when you're ready to take wing. Head to the burn? Oh, yeah. I can feel the burn.
It seems the engineers have matters well in hand. Should the barrier work as we intend, Doma will be free to reinforce her allies in Alamigo without fear of weakening her own borders. Honored friends, the time has come to put your hard work to the test. Start the generator.
About an hour left. Hopefully we get to Shadowbringers by then.
Node 1 is operational. Nodes 2 to 8 are reporting similar energy levels. The barrier is forming. $1,000 yards, 2,000, 3,000. Expansion remains smooth. No fluctuations detected. 4,000, 5,000. Target altitude reached. The barrier is holding steady at 5,000 yards. We've done it.
Huzzah.
Is that an Imperial airship? Of all the rotten timing.
For them, maybe.
But this is a gift, Mistress Alize. They can test our new wall for us.
Right.
Seems solid enough, though I was hoping for a fireball.
Who's inside, I wonder? Is it Alfino? An emissary? Who's it going to end up being? Ah, there he is. Yep, Alfino's out.
By the gods, it's Alphino.
Yeah, I assumed.
What are you? Let me go! He has my brother!
Lower the barrier!
Be at ease, girl. The lad is not dead, merely locked in slumber.
No, not him too.
We could identify no cause and found no remedy. Thus I sought to return him to Doma, and into the arms of Lord Hien himself, it would seem. It is a day for fated reunions. Would you not agree, adventurer? Or should I address you as the Warrior of Light?
Do I know you, sir? Again, I'm pretty sure he's the villain from ARR. Gaius von Belsar.
Aye. Gaius van Baelsar, the Black Wolf. That was the title I was given. One I have long since relinquished. Stand down. The legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion died in Castrum Meridianum. I am no more than Gaius Baelsar, A man without rank or allegiance.
Impossible. There's no way you could have survived.
Do you remember how it unfolded? How I was deceived by La Habrea?
There it is.
How I was convinced that reviving the Ultima weapon would allow me to bring peace to Eorzea? The Ascian used me, as he used so many others, all to further the restoration of his wretched god.
I'm glad I guessed right.
Yet even with the might of Alec at my command, you bested me. And as the Praetorium went up in flames, I was content to burn along with it. For a moment at least. A moment of folly. To surrender my life thus would have been to betray all who died for my cause. It was for them that I dragged myself free of the rubble, and swore vengeance on the Ascians.
Go get him.
The Black Wolf has shed his pelt, never to return to Garlemald or her legions. I live now only to exact revenge.
Which is it?
One is his title,
My
the other
principal
one is his
quarry
name.
was to be La Habrea, whom I gather you have since ushered onto oblivion.
Indeed.
But so many more remain. Long as their kind lurked in the shadows,
Oh, that's a cool shot.
laboring to sow chaos throughout our world, I would see each and every one dragged into the light and put to the sword. Are the Scions not of like mind?
In this single respect, perhaps.
Then I shall continue the partnership the boy began, and share what intelligence I have acquired. Among the Ascians, the Black-Masked Ilk are subordinate to those who wear red. This you already know. Yet among the Red there exists a hierarchy. Those set adrift with the shards clearly stand below those still joined to the source. Nabriales, who once dared to intrude upon the Rising Stones, belonged to the former group, and while he was indeed a dangerous foe, his powers were inconsequential next to the paragons of the Source. The first was La Habrea, who plagues us no more. There is also the white-robed Elidibus, and the elusive Emmet Selk, about whom little is known.
We have files on La Habrea and Elidibus, but I believe this Emmet Selk is new to us?
I think so.
As I assume my brother told you, we have evidence to suggest that an Ascian now walks in the body of the Crown Prince. Have you identified this interloper?
Elidibus seems the most likely culprit. As emissary, it is his role to maintain the equilibrium between darkness and light. Your many deeds in Hydaelyn's name have upset the balance, and I believe he seeks to restore it by throwing his considerable power behind the Empire. As a leader of the Ascians, he is one of our primary targets.
Quite.
It was on the trail of this very prey that the boy and I came across the scene of a failed uprising. In the absence of a single Garlean casualty, we inspected the bodies of the rebels, and the lack of any external injury drew my immediate attention. They had been slain by Black Rose, an alchemical invention of the Imperial Army. When I yet served as legatus, I ordered its production halted, and all stockpiles destroyed. Toxic gas is not a tool of conquest, but of extermination.
Yep, can't rule the world if you kill the world.
Toxic gas? This must be the new weapon Maxima warned us about. Something deadly enough to sweep away all resistance in a matter of hours. Gods. You don't think they're planning to use this in Alamigo, do you?
Put your fears to rest. We infiltrated the production facility and destroyed all existing stores of the chemical along with the plant itself. Even should they rebuild the operation, they will not soon manufacture another batch. Regardless, I would draw your attention to a directive we discovered in the plant's records. The document was marked with a recent date and authorized with the signature of one Zeno C. Galvus.
A dead man signing the death warrant for thousands. 'Tis bad comedy.
Indeed.
But the tale does not end there. Within that same facility was a chamber filled with devices of elegant design. Cloning technology, we realized. And what should we find in each and every incubator? But a young Emperor Solus.
Somehow Emperor Solus returned.
All of which prompts the question, were the Ascians responsible for these abominations, or was it the will of the Emperor?
Little column B, little column A.
I must know which hand guides the Empire. Though I have given up my rank, I am yet a son of Garlemald, and I will fight for the future of my homeland. It is time I return to the hunting of shadows. We should focus on our common foe. To reopen old quarrels now would serve no purpose.
Quite.
You saved my brother's life, so I'm willing to let sleeping dogs lie. But in truth, it's not my decision to make.
You're right, there are more important matters at hand.
There was a time when I scorned those who placed their faith in false gods, even as I, in my blinkered conviction, place mine in Ascian promises. Unlike yours, my strength of will and my restraint was found wanting. We shall meet again, warrior of light.
So that was the infamous Black Wolf. An unexpected ally, to say the least.
Except that I called it. Well, I guess the wall doesn't permanently.
I am content to leave the fine-tuning of the barrier to cleverer minds. Let us bid our friends from the Ironworks farewell, and see what can be done for Alphino back in Dorma.
Mm-hmm. Success of my land does not necessarily require the failure of yours. Alphino is safely ensconced in a private chamber. My finest healer is examining him as we speak. I've spoken with the physician, and there's no outward signs of illness. Alphino is lost in a sleep from which cannot be awoken, just like the others. It seems indeed the lands of the Empire are not far enough away to escape that cursed voice. I share your frustration, Alice. I do. But Alphino has returned to us alive and otherwise unharmed. All that remains is to find the means to wake him. Until then, you can but fulfill your duties as a scion, you and your brothers both. You're right, of course. There are arrangements to be made, and little time to make them. To business then, my lord. Now that we know Saryu's wall works as intended, can we expect reinforcements from Alamigo? You most certainly can. As promised, we'll send troops to bolster our allies in Eorzea without delay. Pray be aware, however, they will not arrive without delay. Save for some few who boast teleportation magics, the bulk of our force must be teleported by sea, a lengthy voyage for which the smaller vessels favored by the Confederacy are ill-equipped. Accordingly, I mean to enlist the assistance of the East Alanard Trading Company in finding suitable ships. As for navigating the distances in question, we are in a happy position of being able to call upon those who plotted the course of my people's exodus to Eorzea. Beyond the procurement of ships, I think it unlikely that the East Alanard friends will consent to the involvement in military operations, but I am certain they will afford Alfino a berth aboard one of their vessels. I shall have a Chirurgeon accompany him every of the way to the Rising Stones.
You have my thanks, Lord Hien.
Ugiri, I'll go on ahead with our friends to Alamigo. Enlist all those capable of teleportation and put them at the disposal of the Eorzean Alliance as soon as possible. They will form the vanguard.
Yes, my lord. This is exactly what we'd hoped for. At least the Alliance leaders will be glad indeed to welcome the combined strength of the East. Indeed.
Meanwhile, at the Black Rose chemical plant,
our supplies at Black Rose have been ruined, but the new plant is already under construction. We should have the first batch ready in time for the offensive, Your Radiance.
See that you do.
Ah, yes, the infamous Black Rose. If I recall correctly, Gaius did not much care for the invention. A ruthless and indiscriminate weapon indeed, this airborne poison. It seems you are capable of making decisions worthy of your bloodline.
With no gift for sorcery, we Garleans must look to Magitech to even the odds. If it spares the needless deaths of our soldiers and serves the cause of this empire, there is no method I would not employ.
How very noble of you. Truly, though, I must commend you for embracing your role as Emperor. You play the part of the determined ruler well. Sometimes even I catch myself believing. A silent agent of death. Now that I think on it, Black Rose may well possess the perfect aspect. Slowly but surely, the deluge of light has worked upon the ether here in the source, and the gas should be most susceptible to its influence. Well, I shall leave you to your own devices. Go forth and bloody the land with your grand and glorious war.
While you do what, precisely?
Need you ask? I will be doing what all Ascians do.
I am well aware that your kind exists only to usher in the next calamity. But you seem oblivious to the harm your singular agenda causes to the Empire. You cannot have forgotten the events which followed your mortal demise. Our homeland was plunged into civil war for your failure to name a successor. The edifice you so carefully constructed was but a hair's breadth from collapse.
Are you truly so naive? You thought me oblivious to the consequences of a departure so painstakingly timed?
It was by design?
Well, of course it was. Though I will admit the resulting panic exceeded even my wildest expectations. But how can you be surprised? Throwing the world into disarray was the very purpose for which this nation was, as you say, so carefully constructed.
Shoot him again.
Now, if you have no further questions, I must be on my way. Since we may not meet again in this lifetime, it would be remiss of me not to offer a word or two of gratitude. I really must thank you for this surplus of vessels. I can mold any host into my own image, but having bodies tailor-made for me in this fashion is so much less tiresome. You dabbled in elegant cloning techniques, yes? It certainly is a compelling, not to mention entertaining, field of research. And of all the options available, you chose the Founding Father on whom to experiment. You have a twisted streak to you, Varus. Like grandsire, like grandson, hey? If events play out as planned, this will become something of a family enterprise. You will be the capstone of this world, I the anchor and shard, and together we will give the lie to this star's fraudulent existence.
Alright. Let's go, Lord Ian. We must leave now to convene with the Eorzea's leaders, and it may be some time before I return to Doma. Hakuro, I leave you in command.
My lord.
Now I shall assemble an advance party with all haste and join you in Alamigo forthwith. That's the wrong voice, but whatever. I've just received word from Nice. The Alliance has established a base camp near Alamigo, northeast border. Once we've arrived at the locks, we're to report to a resistance officer stationed in Porto Paritora. It'll point us in the right direction. Let us not keep him waiting. All right. Restroom. I'll be right back. Indeed, we have a weekday stream. Hey there, Empty. How you doing? The rare weekday stream. Yep. All week due to spring break. Good stuff. Mm-hmm. Ah, you must be the Scion party I was told to look out for. If you'll follow me, I'll take you directly to the Alliance headquarters. So I thought I was right by the entrance into Shadowbringers at the beginning of today, but clearly I wasn't. And probably into tomorrow. Before we get to Shadowbringers, from the looks of it.
Welcome back, you two. Greetings, Lord Hien. Glad you could join us.
Glad to be here. I would have come sooner, were our own defense is not in question, but I am pleased to report that our soldiers are assembling for deployment to Alamigo as we speak.
Some people go on expensive vacation trips for spring break, some just spend it in Eorzea. Indeed.
Yes.
We're grateful for your support. Thanks to the efforts of our allies, it won't be long before we've established defensive positions on this front as well.
We have some good news too. Alphino has come back to us. As for the bad news...
He's in the same condition as the other Scions. So go we all, it seems.
So, Alphino won't wake up, Gaius van Baelsar is alive and hunting Ascians, and the Empire is planning to poison us all with toxic gas.
Yep, all
Does
good
that
news.
sound about right? Ordinarily, any one of those things would have left me in shock. But the way things have been lately, it's all starting to seem pretty normal. Getting back to your report, are we sure this Black Rose is the weapon Maxima was talking about?
It fits the description. And it seems we have Alphino to thank for sparing us an early demonstration of its effectiveness. I have a feeling this won't be the last time his bravery in the Empire will serve us here in Eorzea. The threat of an unknown weapon has had us all on edge. But now that we know what we're dealing with, we can take steps to defend against it.
Indeed.
As for Gaius, I'm not sure what to think. Am I happy he's alive? Not in the slightest. Am I happy he's hunting Ascians? Aye, I'd have to say I am.
The weapons trial side quest. I don't guess I did?
Oh, speaking of Garleans you didn't expect to see, we have a tale of our own, as it happens. When we sent envoys to the Imperial Army to request talks, they returned with the message that Varys Zos Galvus would be attending.
The Emperor himself. Well, Varys did sanction the Popularis peace mission. But knowing that an Ascian walks in his son's skin, I do not see how we can trust him or anyone from that nest of vipers.
Well, I mean, you've got to try peace, even if you know it's probably not going to work.
The Alliance would proceed with negotiations regardless, if only to give ourselves more time to prepare. We do, however, require your cooperation.
In what way?
Right. Yes. So, as a condition for the talks to go forward, the Empire has requested that a member of the Scions be present. There'll be a representative from each Alliance nation, of course, but I'm afraid we have to ask that you come along too.
I'll the same. Oh, no, of course.
Gods, Lise. You know how much I hate politics.
Good time.
But then, what choice do I have? Alphino and the others aren't going to do it. Very well. I shall attend as the Scion's representative.
In case you're wondering why I didn't ask you, the Empire also requested the presence of Eorzea's champion.
So, they want both of us. I'll be there.
That's settled then. We don't know what Varys means to bring to the table, or why he wants you there, but having you close at hand will make all the difference.
Maybe he'll summon another whatever.
The meeting will take place on the border. Anticipating an early assault, we mean to position the bulk of our forces nearby.
The Alliance leaders should already be on their way. Once you're ready, we can head out and join them.
Well, I don't suppose it's polite to keep an emperor waiting too long, shall we? Let's parley with the emperor. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? Let's go find out. Time for some bun fun. How can I be to join us?
Esteemed representatives of the Eorzean Alliance, on behalf of the Gallian Empire, I thank you for inviting me here today. As this parley was convened at your request, I invite you to speak first.
Very well, Your Radiance. I, Nanimo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, should be pleased to oblige you. As recent events in Alamigo and Doma have made plain, the subjugation and exploitation of neighboring nations is not a sustainable policy. Should this day end in war, you may very well defeat us, but you will never extinguish the people's desire for freedom. Though it may not be in our lifetime, there will be another revolution, another war, and the cycle will continue.
Eternally.
Doma has entered into a concord with the nations of Eorzea, a partnership wherein we recognize one another as equals. Garlemald could be afforded similar treatment. You need only set aside your ambitions and join us in paving a path towards peace.
You will not win me over with sophistry, Your Grace. As you know only too well, this alliance lacks the strength to keep the peace within its own borders. Even now, your struggles with the Beastmen continue unabated. Divided, you sow this fertile soil with the seeds of your differences and reap naught but discord and chaos for your trouble. Eorzea must be united under one leader, one purpose. I would offer you both and bring an end to your strife.
With all due respect, Your Radiance, the only thing that you offered the people of Alamigo was fear and hopelessness.
The citizens of Doma can also attest to the meager arms of Imperial rule. There is no purpose to be found in a life of oppression, each day more uncertain than the last.
Our people are willing to die for their freedom. A great many already have, and countless more will, if we don't put an end to this madness here and now.
We brought order and stability to your lives. This madness and bloodshed is of your own making. You broke the peace, not Garlemald.
Peace. Order. You kill our peoples, despoil our lands, take everything that is ours. And what? You expect us to lick the boot that grinds our faces into the dirt?
I expect you to weigh the costs. To recognize that countless lives have been lost on both sides in pursuit of a greater good, and to not squander all we have achieved in a fit of petulance.
your radiance. I fear I can personally attest to the dangers of pursuing one's vision with such righteous fervor. For 1,000 years, the Holy See of Ishgard waged war with dragons. 1,000 years of sacrifice, of sorrow and hate, in which we bathed in the blood of friend and foe alike. Had it gone on any longer, we may well have drowned. Yet we have chosen to raise ourselves out of this bloody spiral, and have since made peace with our former enemy.
So I understand. No doubt the dragons were more receptive to your overtures in the wake of their leader's demise. You speak of peace, yet use war to achieve it. Your father would not have bothered to obscure his intent with honeyed words. He understood that strength is all that matters in the end. Without his clarity of vision, I can but wonder what will become of Ishgard and her people. There was a time when Garlemald, too, lacked a leader of conviction. Weak and unable to wield magic, we were at the mercy of the strong, from whom we sought refuge in the bitter cold of the north. Were it not for the discovery of ceruleum and the subsequent development of magitech, we might never have gained the power to take back that which was rightfully ours.
You speak as if your people were the first to have been driven from their homes. Limsa Lominsa was built by wayward souls in search of a place to call their own. On the shores of Vilbrand we found it. And from those humble beginnings did we grow and flourish. And all without robbing our neighbors of their liberty.
So saith the pirate. Am I to believe that you simply asked the kobolds to yield up their lands and that they were happy to oblige you? That you did not drive them out like rats in the hold of one of the many ships seized by your privateers? I will concede that after centuries of exile, reclamation may be mistaken for invasion. Nevertheless, it is not. And those who till stolen soil have no right to object when cast out in turn.
Your uncompromising nature rivals that of the Ixal. They too lament circumstances which they themselves perpetuate. Were they but to embrace peace, we would welcome them with open arms. Indeed, some few have done just that, and now receive of the 12's Wood's bounty. Would that your people might learn from their example.
You dare compare us to the Birdmen? You who thought to invoke the 12 and threaten all of creation?
I came here in the hope of finding some speck of common ground, but I see now these discussions will accomplish nothing. Despite what you people may believe, I am not wont to choose the sword over the olive branch. 'Tis but a pity men are loath to accept one without first being shown the other.
Wait! I beg you. This meeting was supposed to be a chance to find a way forward together, not to bemoan the missteps which brought us here. Please. If you truly consider violence a last resort, there must be a way we can come to an agreement.
As Mistress Alisaie says, we did not come here to bicker over the past, but to discuss how we might strive towards a brighter future. Emperor Varus, may I suggest a short recess, that all present might compose themselves prior to beginning anew?
Very well. I pray this intermission will suffice to move these talks in a more constructive direction.
Oh, this really is not my forte. After his Radiance's little performance, it was all I could do not to swear at him. I honestly don't know if I ended up playing the mediator. I don't know how I ended up playing the mediator, honestly. I just asked myself what Alfina would have done, tried my best to do the same, and by some miracle it worked. But there really is no common ground to be found with that man, nor do I think he looked for any. So the question becomes, what did he come here to do? Because you may be certain it wasn't to make peace. Oh, whatever it is, I can't make it out. Not yet, at least. We do have a little time before the parley is due to reconvene. Though... So why not try to consult our illustrious leaders? Mayhap they have some insight to share. What do you think, Wormwood? I will say one thing for this Varus. He well versed in Eorzean history. His interest in our affairs is that of a beast in its prey. A conqueror would know its enemies. All should know their enemies. Yet there is much and more that we do not know about the Empire. I'm sure Varus would be happy to tell us that. If you ask. Huh. You'd have me ask the Emperor himself. Well, mayhap there's some wisdom in that. If we can skirt the storm at his displeasure, we may yet come to our answers, even if it does mean sailing close to the wind.
"12 have mercy, but for Lady Alice's timely interjection, we might well have come to blows at the negotiating table. Not that Emperor Varus left us many options. His unconditional surrender, all that he'll accept, do you think?"
Ere he arrived, I'd have said yes. But having heard him speak, I cannot help but think he'd come with some other end in mind.
Exactly. He's building up to something, I know it. Then how should we approach the rest of the parley? Have you anything to say, Warrior of Light?
Invite Varus to explain himself.
You believe he's more apt to reveal the truth if we put him at his ease? Perhaps you're right. Thank you, Peter.
This parley was never like to bring peace, but I had hoped to learn something of Emperor Varus's relationship with the Ascians. As had we all. Yet if he is in league with them, he is not like to volunteer the fact. And if he is not, how much weaker would his position seem for his presence? If we were to broach that particular subject, we would need to be subtle. Or that I knew more of the man. If you'd indulge me, Lord Hien, you received an imperial education, did you not? Is it true that the Emperor's will is considered absolute? There is no higher authority in all of Garlemald. Nowhere else in the heavens come to that. Veneration of the gods is forbidden. The only worship permitted being that of His Radiance's own person. That sounds suspiciously like a religion in and of itself. I share your disdain for their hypocrisy. Even as they denigrate the idea of faith, they reveal their leader with a fervor others reserve for the divine. It is a flaw common to much of the doctrine they fed us. Logical on the surface, perhaps, but contradictory upon closer examination. I wonder if a discussion of the various discrepancies might prompt Varus to reveal something. Well, let's go, Alice.
You spoke with everyone.
Good. Now all that remains is to await the pleasure of the Emperor, and hope we fare better in the second attempt.
Now then, who would have the floor?
Before we resume, I wish to offer you an apology. After you graciously accepted our invitation to discuss an armistice, We have done naught but rebuke you at every opportunity. I believe I speak for all of us when I say we are deeply sorry for our discourtesy.
I'll admit your familiarity with our affairs surprised me, and served to remind me how little I know of yours.
I think all here can understand the desire to reclaim one's homeland. But why expand further? That is my question.
If I may, the answer can be found in the Imperial doctrine they took great pains to impart to my people. Recognizing the threat icons pose to the world, Solus Zos Galvus decreed that they were to be eradicated. To this end, he began a campaign to unite all lands under the Garlean banner. Or so we were taught. Yet the Emperor only reached the burn, the barrens said to have been laid waste by icons, after conquering all the lands that lay between. What is more, I am quite certain the practice of summoning was not nearly so widespread in the days before the Empire's founding.
When you put it like that, it all starts to sound like an excuse, doesn't it? But to distract from what? Why are you really waging this war?
Finally, you ask the right question. I can but hope you heed mine answer and at last accept the righteousness of our cause. My goal is this: to return the world to the way it once was, the way it was always meant to be. In doing so, mankind will be made whole once more. No longer will we suffer from the dissension born of our differences. There will be but one race, a perfect race, as we were when time began.
What in Rulga's name are you talking about?
I am talking about the origins of this star, of the source and its 13 reflections. At the instant of the great sundering, 'twas not only the world that was shattered, but mankind itself. Thus were we divided into myriad races, each with its own unique imperfections. That is why man looks upon his neighbor and feels fear and hatred, why he wages war, why he kills his brother. You all in your own way have proven as much today. The peace you seek is but a fleeting solution to a fundamental problem. One which calls for more drastic measures. To bring about everlasting peace, our worlds must be rejoined. That is the goal the Empire would see realized. The glorious future unto which we shall one day shepherd mankind.
A rejoining of worlds.
I have heard this tale of the Source and its reflections before.
Are these not the self-same desires as the Ascians?
Mm-hmm.
Emperor Varys! Do not trust in their words. They will lead you to your doom. My father thought to use them, but in the end he succumbed to their temptations. He embraced summoning like so many other pawns before him. Do not tell us you mean to do the same.
To be a pawn, free from the burden of choice, would be a blessing. But I forswore that privilege the day I learned that the Garlean Empire was built by the hand of an Ascian.
What?
Yes. My grandsire, the former Emperor, is of their number. And who better to build an empire capable of bringing about the calamitous change we desire? Would you condemn me for this alliance? For bowing to the will of these shadowy masters, when the prize is true and lasting peace?
Your prize is a lie. Your masters are demons.
I come not to conquer, but to liberate. To free man from the prison of divergence.
Imagine a world united. One perfect race beneath a single standard.
And slaughter everyone else, huh?
An army before whose might these servants of darkness and light would fly as leaves in a storm, never again to meddle in man's affairs. We would be the masters of our own fate. I bid you join me, not as subjects of Garlemald, but of a new nation. And together we shall win freedom for ourselves and generations yet unborn.
You want to trigger another half-dozen calamities? You can't be serious!
Have you forgotten how many died? There will be no one left.
Do you truly imagine we would aid you in your bloodletting?
It is unthinkable, unconscionable.
And what is the alternative? To be as cattle waiting for slaughter? I would have us work together, that we might take fate into our own hands.
Into your hands, perhaps. But what of the other worlds, your radiance? With every calamity, you obliterate a star and every soul that dwells on it.
To the Ascians, we are all but tiny, momentary specks within an indifferent universe. We cannot hope to oppose them until we have been made whole once more.
We can ally against them, but don't kill everyone.
Are these truly the words of Garlemald's ruler? The flaws and foibles which you so abhor are what make us who we are. Every nation, even yours, Emperor Varys, is made whole through the combination of these imperfections, the strengths of one compensating for the weaknesses of another. While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others, fostering community and cooperation. That the protector of an empire should not only reject these fundamental truths, but seek to change them at so dear a cost to life is indefensible. Such a man is not fit to govern.
And you, warrior of light, would you refuse me as well?
I cannot condone such a loss of life.
It would seem the Alliance is of one mind on this matter.
You Eorzeans never cease to disappoint me. Though I suppose I have only myself to blame for expecting more from savages. This discussion is at an end. I bid you make ready for our next meeting. It will not be at the negotiating table.
I'm going to talk to Lise, and then I'm going to start the next mission, and then I'm going to be done for the day, for the stream. I come back to find Doma's advance party ready and waiting for battle. So as worrying as our little chap the Emperor was, it did buy enough time for at least some of our allies to arrive.
I'm not sure what I was expecting from our meeting with the Emperor, but it wasn't that. Still, at least we know now what he's really after.
Aye, a future built on a mountain of bodies. I too want the Ascians dead, but not at any cost.
The last of the reinforcements from Dorma arrived not long ago. I pray it will be enough. Given the Emperor's stated goal, this is a battle we can ill afford to lose.
If the Gallians come in force, we may not have much say in the matter, even with our combined strength.
We knew from the first that the odds would be against us. But if there is even the slightest chance of victory, we must do everything in our power to seize it.
We must seize it, full stop.
Here!
The two of you are to join an irregular unit and support the main host. I won't bother asking if you're minded to fight.
After coming this far, how could I not? And for once, there's no one around to countermand me. Not that they would. Not even my brother. But we all know who really make the difference. Ready to frighten some Garleans?
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't want to be on their side.
Might I ask you to accompany the Dorman contingent? They are strangers here, and your presence would do much to raise their spirits.
We would be honored.
When our people stride out with you in their midst, I dare say the Eorzeans will feel an ilm taller themselves. High spirits have a way of spreading.
What I wouldn't give to join you. But my duties as field commander will not allow it. I'll leave the front lines in your capable hands. Comrades, ready your arms. The hour of battle has come. May the crystal guide us to victory!
Alright, so the beginning of tomorrow's stream looks like it's going to be pretty cool.
Since the others couldn't be here, we'll have to fight twice as hard. If Alphinaud wakes to find the Imperials have won, I shall never hear the end of it. It's strange. I thought I would be terrified when the fighting started. I should be terrified. But with you at our side, I can't help feeling everything is going to be all right.
Because it will.
So please, don't you dare leave me alone. No matter what happens, we have to survive together.
Oh, we will. Totes will. Quest accepted. And with that, the Gimlit Dark is now accessible. I will stop my stream for today. So we'll be back tomorrow, bright and early, 7 a.m. Central, to get back on this. I'll probably do some stuff with jobs because my jobs are going to be advancing. So, all right, thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.